In Western Taken, we see the story from the other's perspective, where we follow a man who we're used to hearing but not seeing as he takes Liam Neeson's wife, Mr. F's Reese Nita, as they are in a rivalry with Doogie Howser and Lily Kane.
We saw A Million Ways to Die in the West.
It was in the West. Good to know.
Sometimes you never can tell. I'm looking high and low, don't know where to go. I've got to double back, my friend. The only way.
No. It's a weather experiment. Or it's another movie review from Resisting Boredom, where we drink, ramble, and discuss things to help in the never-ending quest of not being bored. I'm Brandon Kaiser.
Kid Coleman Cole.
It's just us two for today. So
Didn't roll my eyes.
Good. It's just us two for today. So this will be interesting to see how a two-person review works out. Hope you enjoy it. We saw A Million Ways to Die in the West today. It is written and directed by Seth MacFarlane. It stars the aforementioned Seth MacFarlane, along with Charlize Theron, Liam Neeson, Neil Patrick Harris, Amanda Seyfried, Giovanni Ribisi, Sarah Silverman, and a whole long list of people that we could spend all day talking about, but we're not going to.
Not that many, but yeah. We could.
It could take a while.
Yeah.
So we're keeping it short. So, that's right. A Million Ways to Die in the West. There's only two of us. I'm going to pass it off to Kit now. Kit, what did you think?
Joy. Well, at first, I thought the movie was off to a real slow start. And then I realized that was just because it wasn't funny at the beginning. And it really wasn't funny in the middle or the end that much. I mean, there were things that were good. Like, there were funny things in the movie, but it was very subtle. And, like, sometimes I felt like I was the only person in the, except for Brandon sometimes, who was actually laughing in the theater at it.
Sometimes I felt the theater was laughing more than us.
At times.
Yeah.
But that was because, like, there's some jokes in there that just, like, if I was a 12-year-old boy, I would probably enjoy this movie more than I did. It was pretty much what I expected it to be, but I expected it to be funnier. The story-wise was what I expected it to be, but who gives a shit about the story? But
well, I think people care about the story.
Yeah, I guess. By the way, I mean, this sort of... It didn't matter. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Great actors for the movie, at least. Like the cast. I love the cameos. Stay for the after the credits bit. Didn't notice Mr. Belding in there, but he was totally fucking there. Selling cocaine, meth, alcohol, flannel shirt potion. That was cool. It made me chuckle at times. And that's all I got.
Alright. Yeah. I will say we laughed the hardest at the offensive jokes, whereas the audience didn't laugh as much at that stuff. So that might let you know what we thought of it. Alright, so what did I think of A Million Ways to Die in the West?
What did you think?
This movie had some laughs. It had some gross out moments. It had some bizarre stuff going on. And it was mostly chuckles, though. There wasn't a whole lot that was super funny. A lot of things that you just kind of chuckled at, or were like, oh, I get it,
Only one or two things I could think of.
Jokes, I get it. So that was kind of disappointing. Like you said, I thought this had a great cast, but I think the large amount of them left a lot of them underused. Because you didn't just... Well, Seth MacFarlane is front and center here.
Oh, yeah.
So,
in his first major starring role.
I guess, but...
just him.
Yeah, it would have been nice, to have some other people maybe have a bigger part, or, I don't know, have better jokes. That's hard to describe. This whole movie, I got the feeling of, there's funny stuff here, but something about the way it was written, or the way it was presented, or directed, or whatever, just didn't quite work for me. I could see the joke there, I just didn't think it was worked enough, or figured out to get the most laugh out of the joke. I guess that's kind of how it felt. I thought when the movie was subtle, though, those were some of the funniest things. And all the little subtle jokes about life in the West, or differences between then and now, things like that. The clever things like that worked. Those were some of the best, most memorable things. I thought the cameos were really fun. I thought this was another case of commercials giving away too much of the movie before you go see it. I kind of knew most of the major jokes in this movie because of commercials and TV show or TV spots and trailers and all that stuff.
And that wasn't even very many.
Well, I think it's mainly also because the trailer was played so often. Like, I think you saw it so many times.
Oh, I'm gonna hate Edge of Tomorrow then.
Maybe.
Kidding.
Find out next week. Anyways,
Same day anyway. We'll fucking.
Yeah, I think there was a funny movie here. I think this was just kind of a misfire, a misstep. So I think it was a missed opportunity overall. I didn't think it was a bad movie, but it wasn't. It was an okay movie. Nothing you need to run out and see, but it's on TV. You might want to watch it.
No.
Really? If you had nothing to do, you wouldn't just have it on TV?
Well, what do you mean on TV? You mean like just
like if it was just on
basic
cable or something.
It's gonna be like fucking censored as shit, and some of the good jokes will be taken out.
That's true, but some of the gross out things that you don't really need to see.
Well, I didn't really care about that. Cum on the face. I was like, all right, I don't care about that. There's a hat filled with poop. Okay. It doesn't look like poop to me because I know what poop
Yeah, but you can get that joke off without
like
showing
I myself do poop. So
you can edit that joke. You can edit that joke to put it on TV.
I hope they do.
Because the funniest part isn't even the grossest part. The funniest part of that joke
was him trying to
the reaction.
I get it
was the reaction to it. It wasn't the.
I know. But just like that and some of the curse words and things like that, they'd have to fuck.
Yeah, you're right. It'd probably be pretty edited. Okay, if it was on HBO.
Yeah, I'd probably.
And you were bored and it was on.
Yeah, it's better than Baby Geniuses.
There you go.
Not everything. Everything's better than Baby. This is probably the second podcast I brought Baby Geniuses.
Yeah, you bring up Baby Geniuses.
Seriously, that movie's fucking terrible. Have no clue how the fuck that got a sequel. Who the hell is that? You know what? Different podcast. I don't have the time.
The world may never know. So, is there anything we need to go in depth on?
Well,
we're going to talk
Seth
about
MacFarlane does have those motifs.
Seth MacFarlane has motifs, and some of them are on play here, right?
Yeah. He likes to randomly put Ryan Reynolds just like in there.
For just 2 seconds.
Out of nowhere, just like bam, there you go. Ryan Reynolds.
We'll get to that some more later, but yeah. There was the creepy dancing.
Yeah, like
the Giovanni Ribisi creepy dancing.
I'm guessing that Seth MacFarlane finds Giovanni's creepy, like sensual, sexual dancing thing. Not that I'm turned on by his dancing, but it's really kind of like really weird. Like in Ted, he danced to fucking like Tiffany's "I Think We're Alone Now," and that was just.
I'm not sure if that's what it was, but it could have. It sounds right.
Is that? I don't know if that's who sings it, but I know it was "I Think We're Alone Now."
Yeah, that was Tiffany.
It was
right.
Yeah, that was.
Let us know in the
it.
comments.
Really fucking, really fucking creepy, and I guess that Seth MacFarlane finds it as entertaining as I do, and it's sort of like, what the fuck is going on, sort of deal. Yeah, but
what's her name? Alex Borstein or whatever. She pops up, the voice of Lois on Family Guy.
That's who that was.
She was his mom in the beginning of Ted, and she was here again.
I was trying to figure out who the old whore was.
Bartender or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Was she a bartender?
I don't know what she was. She was the whorehouse bartender.
I figured she was an old whore. I could have done with more of her in it. I liked her character a little bit because she was like, so what, you're fine with your fucking like 10 plus guys a day? Well, yeah, sure. Like, oh, by the way, this guy called. He wanted anal.
There
like,
was.
Oh, how long is that gonna take?
There was Patrick Stewart voiceover. Got some of that. That's a Seth MacFarlane motif.
Another Seth MacFarlane motif. Got a little bit of that. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of usual Seth MacFarlane stuff in here.
Racism, dick jokes.
Well, that's a lot of people's motifs. Okay, that's not Seth MacFarlane's thing.
Chinese guys flipping people off.
That's not his thing.
Good point.
I don't think everything he's made has Chinese guys flipping off.
Sorry, Chinese guys flipping people off.
I don't think that was in Ted. So
mustache.
Anyways, are you okay? Are you more or less interested now in Ted 2? That's a good question, right? Because we were both kind of disappointed. It sounds like.
Yeah, we were.
So
I'm less interested. I'll probably see it still, just to see, or at least the trailer. I'll see the trailer. The trailer will be the deciding factor of whether or not I'm going to watch it in the theater or just wait for it to come to Netflix or HBO or some shit. But, yeah.
I still would like to see Ted 2. I think Ted is a better movie than this, obviously.
Something I liked about Ted better than I liked about this movie was, like, Ted's opening sequence deal was kind of like, it felt like an 80s sitcom sort of beginning. You know, where they showed Ted.
Well,
interacting
this
with
felt...
them. And this one, they actually did the Old West sort of.
Yeah, this felt
we're
like
all
very
right,
much.
pan over like fucking Utah or some shit.
But it
And
was
look at
kind
these
of
rock
nice to
formations.
see a like classic credit sequence.
Yeah, I
too.
do like
I will say.
that. I do like that he actually like really kind of goes with the whole feel of the movie. It's a West, so this is what they did in the Western films. But it was a great movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
I don't know. I'm still interested in Ted 2. Again, I agree. We'll see how the trailers look, but we'll probably see it.
I'll probably it's
We'll
probably
probably
that.
see it.
Ah, fuck! I'm seeing the fucking goddamn Purge 2 this year, and God knows I hated that first movie. I haven't seen that since the theater. I haven't seen a copy of it anywhere.
Me
If I
either.
did, I would have throw it, set it on fire. Why?
All right.
So no one has to watch it.
All right, we don't need to talk about the Purge. Let's get to the rating system now.
All right.
This week, like we had mentioned, we're gonna go with random Ryan Reynolds cameos. So how many random Ryan... Oh, that's a tongue twister, kind of. How many random Ryan Reynolds cameos do you give A Million Ways to Die in the
I
West?
give A Million Ways to Die in the West 1.5 random
Wow.
Ryan
Out of
Reynolds
5.
cameo.
Out of 5.
Out of 5 because you know that little.
Wow,
sneak-
1.5. That's
By the way,
harsh.
can you have that little sneaky bastard pop up in the corner? Anyway, 1.5 because it was long in parts. Like I just felt like I honestly don't feel like the movie's too long. At times I felt
Yeah.
this movie was a bit long.
Yeah, I got
Like
that.
honestly, when it was like there wasn't much comedy. It was just like like two characters talking. Like when like Seth MacFarlane's character's begroaning his whole like love life, like oh, I lost my girlfriend, and like no one really gave a shit. It dragged on.
Alright. I'm going to give it 2.5 random Ryan Reynolds cameos out of 5. I'm not going to be as harsh as that, because I still laughed from time to time. I still at least found some of the jokes clever, and it has a Doc Brown cameo, so I like it.
Honestly, though, I'll give this a 5. But in the sense of if they have a YouTube video, just like for the Wicker Man, where they cut in all the good parts.
bees?
Yeah, they cut in all the good parts to watch it because, like, for me, the Wicker Man's fucking amazing. I've never seen the movie.
You've
I've
just seen the best parts.
the best part clip show, and that was enough.
All
if
right.
they have that for this movie, 5.
Alright, that's a weird way of putting it. Hopefully you got some sort of knowledge out of that. But in general, I think we wanted to like this movie. We just kind of were disappointed. It wasn't that funny.
Should have saw
Um,
Maleficent.
A lot, maybe. I've heard that isn't that great either, but
It
I
was
don't
on the
know.
Ultra Screen. At least it could have climbed while watching.
That's true.
Possibly falling asleep.
But anyways,
Pretty
kind of a letdown. The
Okay.
jokes didn't really work
Yeah.
for the most part, but
They're about 10 years too late.
there are some decent things in this movie. It's not a horrible movie. This isn't The Purge. So there, we brought everything that we said full circle. So yeah.
God, the purchase
Hope-
is such a full scale.
Hope you learned something today. And quick before we go though, everyone go to dearfcc.org and bitch about the net neutrality being shut down by the government, because you're watching this on the internet, and if you want to watch it for the reasonable price, or not so reasonable price that you are right now, yeah, go do that. So, it sucks. Anyways, now that we're done being political, enjoy the week, or whatever. See you in the next video, and find your own ways of resisting boredom.
What's stupid?
I wanted to say something like Pequod there, but I didn't think.
I can have that in there. Bakwa. I don't know what bakwa means.
I don't know. I just wanted to say something to end it out, and I was like, Pequod?
Bakwa?
This is vagina.
Yeah, that. Maybe part
Like
of that.
I
stuff.
used to know what penis was. It was like something like this.
Oh, you're serious in doing sign language.
These are things that like Lauren taught me in job. I don't fucking remember. Like penis is really weird. That's what I remember. Because
That's
vagina was
nice.
plain simple. It was like upside down. It was Trixie.
Trixie.
Upside down triangle. But like penis is just like who the fuck saw a penis and thought this? Like I don't even think you need like 2 hands to do this.
You might not.
That hurts.